Your friendly neighborhood YouTuber is rated PG-13. Parental advisory, explicit content, viewer discretion is advised. Oh yeah, it's a Mandarin spawn party! Oh! Hey, what's up everyone? It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber, guys, and here we are. We are back with another action figure review, back by popular demand. It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber. I keep forgetting to bring that up. By popular demand. Maybe I should reshoot this over again. It's okay. That's alright, we'll keep going. Alright guys, so we finally got Mandarin spawn here, but wait, there's more! We're actually going to do some comparisons with the classic Mandarin spawn figures right here, the originators. We're going to do some comparisons. We're going to see if it is as good as the older ones. So you could possibly, I guess you could say this is a versus episode. Yeah, maybe. So let's get to the unboxing, shall we? Let's get to the unboxing and let's see how good this Mandarin spawn is, dude. Alright, let's quit wasting time. Let's unbox him. Let's unbox him. Who is going to win in this versus episode? It's new versus old. And I love the gold label too. Gold label, I love those spears as well. I was kind of, hesitant about this figure. I was going to pass on him, and I've seen a few reviews. My buddy at Custom Comics did a review of this, and he did a really good job reviewing this figure, and I was kind of reluctant to get this guy, but he kind of managed to, with his review, he kind of managed to talk me into getting this Mandarin spawn figure. And also, I do have this figure coming from my other buddy, Nerd Cave Nerds, whenever he gets around to sending that out. He said he found it like a month ago, but he's been busy with work and with his stuff going on in his personal life, and also with the weather as well, has been cooperating, so it's no big deal. So, actually, Nerd Cave Nerds is supposed to be sending me a box full of stuff. When it's supposed to be here, I have no idea. But let's take out Mandarin spawn. That's neither here or there, but I thought I'd bring it up. Alright. So there's Mandarin spawn. Let's take out his weapons, and it's still freaking taped in there. Oh, it's taped in two spots. It's taped in two spots. I like the sword. Well, if there's one thing I can say for sure, is that the weapon, his blades, definitely look a whole lot better than the older ones. So let's take out the blades. Yeah, I definitely do like his blades a lot better. We'll get to that in a moment, but let's take a look at the figure at hand. And, of course, this is a little bit more better articulated. Let me bring my camera down just a little bit for you guys than the other Mandarin spawns, but essentially kind of looks the same. So let's just take a quick look, and then we'll start doing some comparisons real quick. So obviously, yeah, he looks good. I like the blue. I like, it's really a different approach. I've said this many times before, with McFarlane, the new McFarlane, the paint apps, they lack with the new figures. Don't get me wrong, they're nicely done, but with the DC figs, the paint apps have been lacking big time. I think the only figure that didn't lack the paint apps was probably Spawn right here. This is my custom Spawn. I gave him the 90s look. I like to bring in this guy every time, any chance I can get. It's a shameless plug. Your friendly neighborhood YouTuber has no shame. But yeah, the paint apps are not as quite as exquisite as Mandarin Spawn. So there's the front, there's the back. So let's do some, if you guys are not seeing what I'm seeing, I'll bring in the originator and we'll do some comparisons. Obviously, you guys can see the difference. Let me show you the differences. And there's this thing. This tusk right here for this Mandarin Spawn always falls out. As hard as you try to peg it in, it just never stays in there, but we'll leave it out for the moment. So yeah, obviously you can see the difference in detail, guys. I mean, the Mandarin Spawn, the older one, definitely does have a lot more detail, in my opinion. The little intricate details is definitely a little bit better. You go down to his chest. Same thing can be said for the chest. Obviously, this is lacking the paint apps, but they, you know, McFarlane is releasing a version of this guy right here as well. So expect a reboot. I don't know how well detailed it's going to be, but this is the gold label series. So, and this is a blue version as well. So this is my first blue Mandarin Spawn. You look at the dragon. The dragon is not well detailed compared to this right here. Then you come down to here. Yeah, it's just, overall, it's just a whole nother different look. You know what I mean? I mean, even down to the feet. You look, guys, look at the feet. You guys look at the feet. And the feet were much bigger too. Look at the detail with the feet. And then you look at the dragon painted on his shin right there. It's just, yeah. It's, and the face as well. You look at the face. And you guys can make the comparison. Obviously, the older one is way better in detail. Obviously. Where this figure just kind of lacks paint apps. And you turn around him to the back and just look at the difference, dude. This is, I believe, came out in 98, 99, which is 20 years ago. This was this year. Just think about that for a moment. So yeah, I mean, listen, it's nicely painted, but obviously if you look, there's really no comparison, guys. Really no comparison at all. We'll do another comparison with this other variant of Mandarin Spawn, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention too, the shield. This Mandarin Spawn did not come with a freaking shield, which makes this Mandarin Spawn. Like, I don't know why McFarlane did not include an awesome, beautiful shield, dude. So essentially, this figure is just kind of a repaint of this one, except he's kind of brownish and he has the skull-like, I guess, armor. But obviously, with this one, you can see the detail. There is no comparison, dude. Even down to the feet, lift up the feet, and you see that there's no comparison. Actually, they didn't even paint this, because it's skull, though, on his knees. This is painted right here, obviously. But come down to here, once again, this is painted on his shin and his foot. His toenails are even painted. And yeah, even the face, you can tell, is just completely different, dude. The swords look great. The swords look great right here as well. And my finger's stuck. That's what she said. My finger got stuck between his knee pad right there. But then again, you go back to the back right here and you see the amount of detail. It's just, there's no comparison, dude. So you guys saw the comparison with the detail. Obviously, the older McFarlane Mandarin Spawn definitely wins with detail. As far as articulation-wise, obviously, this guy's going to be a little bit better. His arms do extend outwards, but not that much, where these arms, they just kind of go up and down for the older Mandarin Spawn. He does have a bend, wrist swivel, arm swivel, wrist bend. Yeah, his arms can't really even go out. They're on butterfly joints, but there's no point. Waist swivel right there. His legs can kick out, which the older McFarlane Spawn couldn't. His knees do bend. They bend at a 90-degree angle. and they can bend that far as well. And he does have ankle movement right there. Ankle articulation, great looking ankle articulation, may I add. And yeah, he does have swivel too. So if you're wondering about, we'll just take a look at this guy again. The bend, there's no knee bend with this Mandarin Spawn. His legs can't go out this way. They just move back and forward. There's nothing at the ankles. There's nothing at the waist. This guy is pretty much a pre-pose statue. This is what you get. His arms do not go outwards. They just move up and down. So obviously, McFarlane has improved on the articulation, but as far as sculpting wise, I give it to the older McFarlane Mandarin Spawn. Now, as far as the weapons, I think this Mandarin Spawn definitely has way better looking weapons, more detailed. I love the gold weapons, very, very nicely done. This is a nice, solid piece of plastic right there, very nicely done. The handle is done nicely. Everything about it is done nicely. I mean, if this was painted differently, if this had like a red handle, it probably would go very well with this guy over here. But it does have the blue right here. It does have the turquoise, which matches the other Mandarin Spawn over there. But yeah, the gold is done very nicely. The dragon on the blade is done nicely. The dragon's on the blade. You see the dragon's head right there. It's kind of like he's shooting out the blade from his mouth. So that's very nicely done. You got the Spawn logo right there, which is nicely done. Some more dragon symbols right there. So yeah, that's nice. One thing that this blade doesn't do is it doesn't come apart to where you can attach it and make one single blade, where these blades right here, these blades attached, and you can create one blade. I think they, yeah, yep, there you go. So yeah, this, you can hold them, you can give them this one single blade, or you can attach this blade right here and make one giant single blade. And also this Mandarin Spawn had swords as well. He had double swords that was for all of the, that was for, I lost my words. Yeah, that was for both of the Spawn figures. That's what I meant to say. So yeah, there's one thing that this newer Spawn doesn't have is, and see how easily it breaks too. This just broke off as I was reviewing this figure. So obviously, yeah, the older ones are more delicate. It doesn't matter because they've broken off before. But yeah, this newer Spawn doesn't come with the swords, and he doesn't come with the shields, which I'm not really mad. I mean, it would have been nice if he did come with a shield. That would be awesome. Articulation really doesn't matter with this figure because he doesn't. The only good thing about this figure with the new articulation, oh yeah, and I forgot, he does have better head movement as well. Of course, it's on a ball joint. But the better thing about this new Spawn figure is the legs kicking out, which can't really kick out that much. It makes no freaking difference because you can't really get this Spawn figure to kick upwards because it's just the way he's designed. You can't kick him. You can't have his legs kicking out forward. So yeah, so the articulation, of course, is better, but does it make a difference? No, I don't think it does. Not much of a difference. So here are the blades. The blades look magnificent. So let's go ahead and get the blades into his hands. And I might have to warm up his hands because let's see if I can get the blades into his hands. No, okay. So yeah, he looks great holding these blades. Let's try to get this other blade into his hand, like so. And like so, like so. Yeah, you might have to warm these hands up, but I'm going to go ahead and wing it because that's what I do. That's what I do. And the great thing about these newer McFarlane figs is that they are made with a little bit of a cheaper plastic. Or maybe they're not made with a cheaper plastic. Maybe they're made with a more bendable plastic. That's what I was trying to say, I guess. Well, I guess they are made with it. Well, it depends, because if you guys watch some of my older McFarlane reviews, you guys see how easily those figures break. But they are older figures, so take that into account. But yeah, these obviously the plastic is completely different, dude. It is made with a cheaper plastic, a more efficient plastic, should I say, for its time. And it's easy, it's better, it's reproducible, very easy reproducible plastic that they use compared to some of the plastic that they used back in the day, obviously for money reasons. Okay, so final analysis. It's a great looking figure, guys. I definitely recommend it. If you guys are Spawn fans, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I mean, for 20 bucks, it's not bad. And these swords, they add a whole different dimension, a whole different depth to this figure. And listen, hey, why not add another Mandarin Spawn to your collection, right? Why not? So we have a red one right here, and we have a blue one. So the red one right here kind of represents fire, the blue one kind of represents water, and I guess this one, he kind of represents maybe earth or wind. Earth, wind, and fire. Oh, not the band, but the Mandarin Spawns. So yeah, let's go ahead and measure these real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and give you my rating, and I'll let you know my final thoughts. So Mandarin Spawn stands about 8.5 inches tall. All the way up to his tusk is just a little under 9 inches. And then these older Mandarin Spawns stand about 9 inches up to the top of their head. So essentially they're about the same size. You know, maybe the older Mandarin Spawns are a little bit taller by 1/2 an inch. But nonetheless, the tusk for this guy makes him blend in, right, with the other two. So listen, I mean, they're both equally good. This guy's both equally good to these two figs, the older Mandarin Spawn figures. And listen, if you're a Spawn fan, then you probably will like this Mandarin Spawn. And if I didn't point out already, you can see the differences too on the forehead. These two have the faces right here, and then this new Mandarin Spawn has the Spawn logo at the top right there, if you can see the difference. And also right here, he has kind of the skull logo, as all Spawn figures do. You know, they have the Spawn logo. So there he is with my custom Spawn figure. So yeah, it makes sense. And like I said, these swords just give him a whole different dimension, guys. Alright, so I'm going to give you my rating. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, I'm going to give this guy a solid 8 out of 10. And if you guys have watched these reviews on my McFarlane playlist on my channel, if you haven't, check it out. But if you did, then you guys know what I gave the rating to these figures. So an 8 out of 10 makes sense for this figure. As a Spawn fan, I definitely recommend it, guys. I don't think you'll be disappointed with this guy. So, and it's a figure that you have to have in your hands to appreciate. You know, I think get them, take them out the package. If you like them, keep them, add them to your collection. If you don't, take them back, hold on to the receipt. Alright guys, there you guys have it. There was my little review of Mandarin Spawn. Let me know what you feel about this figure. Let me know what you think about this review. We'll go ahead and leave it at that. Just want to thank you guys for watching in. I'll catch you guys in the next review.